Hi, in today's video, I'm going to discuss about a project or a case study which is relating to order management system. So this video I'm making for the people who are wants to become a business analyst in the field of IT, especially whenever we wants to work on uh, as a business analyst in the field of IT organizations, when we try to understand about the business requirements, providing the solutions, all that. This is what something which being a BA we do. In this regard, having a knowledge over the project, exposure or experience is essentially required for any business analyst. Either it can be people who are career transition people or who are already working as a business analyst to have some practical exposure or experience of a business analyst role, or else any new learners and all. So for these people, it's always important for them to understand about different case studies or the projects to have some knowledge. At the same time, hands-on experience or exposure is also required for a BA by to define the features and all everything. So in this regard, I am just making this video. For that, I have taken a case study which is called order management system. Right. So this order management system I have taken wherein the technology we developing this order management system is using Oracle Fusion Cloud, right? So Oracle Fusion Cloud is a technology which has a order management system which has existed. So how being a business analyst, we need to understand an order management system and how this can be presented and how you need to understand the requirements, right? So how the features we need to define. This is all something which this video is completely off. But features and all everything I'm not explaining because there are a lot of features that we being a business analyst, if you want to have some practical exposure, so you need to identify features and you need to write down documents, epics, and user stories subsequently. So, but before we are going into the features and all, first of all, we need to understand a particular project or order management system, what exactly it was. This is all something which this video consists of. Now, if you get into the point, first of all, we must be knowing about a business situation first. Now, let's say, for example, this is where generally the business problem. If you are a BA, the first thing you need to know about the business problem or a business situation of any customer. Now, whenever we try to understand about the business problem, here I have mentioned, for example, here there is a customer is having a presence across 10 countries since 2 decades. As part of their business activity in context to the business they are performing, they are facing some problems. The problems were underlined here, you can see, right? So one is about they don't have any centralized data. Also, whatever the order processing and all everything they do. So this order processing and all everything was completely a decentralized one because there is no centralized order processing as such. Because of the decentralization of the process, order processing and all, it is taking time for them to process the order. At the same time, it is delaying in their execution process, which resulting in inefficiency in managing the customer orders is what something which customer is facing. For example, okay, so this was the situation for any customer to process the orders. There are three things which was identified because business analyst, we need to identify the business situation, the problem first. So based on the understanding, we have identified three. So one is about, as we have seen and understood the existing system, there is some decentralization of order processing was there. So because of that, execution process of order execution process is delaying, which leads to inefficiency in managing customers' orders and all everything is what something which business problem is. Now, if you are a BA, what is that you want to provide and what kind of solution are you going to provide in addressing these? This is what something which being a BA you need to know. So for that, first of all, we need to know what exactly order management system is all about. Now, when you try to understand about order management system, this is something which is used for us to capture the orders and all for the fulfillment of execution and all everything across quoting to cash processes by providing a central order hub for multiple channel environments and all. So for that purpose, generally order management system is majorly used for any organization whenever they wants to process the orders and all everything. Now, the second thing, why order management system required? So why order management system as an application in context to the application? Assume that order management system, we are planning to develop a cloud one. For that, Oracle Fusion is what something we have taken. Oracle Fusion cloud-based order management system is what something which we have identified as far as our understanding is concerned. So first thing we must be knowing about why and what this application is for. So for what purpose generally this application is used is what something we need to know, right? So this application majorly useful for us to have an ability to capture the price and configuring the orders through directory ordering system. At the same time, this is also used to receive orders from the external sources and all, subsequently modified and then processed for fulfillment is what something which this application in context order management system is being something used for this. Now, how it is advantageous for the organizations. From the context of technicalities itself is concerned, I'm talking about technically speaking, if you have taken as it is existed Oracle Fusion cloud-based order management system, what are the advantages? The advantages is that using Oracle Fusion cloud services and all, it has an advantage where it has a possibility to pre-build integrations with other cloud services also. It's not only about the Fusion cloud, but this can be connected with other cloud service providers which are existed in cloud, Oracle Cloud. Next, it's a centrally managed orchestration policies, which are centrally managed so that that amount of time you are spending and all everything will come down. At the same time, it is globally available. So globally, anybody can make a use of this order management system. At the same time, fulfillment in monitoring and all everything is also one of the advantage wherein you can see in context to this application is concerned. So when we are trying to provide a solution for any of the customer, we need to understand about what this application is being used from the business analyst perspective and what advantage will this be provided to the customer is what something we need to know. Now we must be knowing about the business benefits. What are all the business benefits? Because assume that we are developing this project or a product and we are going to the customer. The first thing which customer will ask you is that why should I? Right? Why should I buy? Right? What kind of business benefits am I going to get out of it? So the business benefits are as follows. The first one about the decreasing the average order cycle time so that it result in complete this order cycle and all everything much faster. At the same time, it reduces the revenue impact of fulfillment issues and all that. So if there is any kind of fulfillment issues were happened, it increases the impact of the revenue that can be reduced so that revenues will be more streamlined, it will be more higher. Next, it decreases the inventory cost because as in when the operational process is more, inventory cost will also be in higher level. So that decreases here. Next, it decreases the order handling cost because as in when it is a cloud-based application which is integrating with other cloud services and all. Even the infrastructure cost, because it's a cloud application, the infrastructure cost will be lesser or minimized. Because if it's an on-premise application, then infrastructure cost will be higher. As it is a cloud application, the infrastructure cost, handling cost, and all everything will be in lesser. Next, it improves the exception management. At the same time, it also has a possibility to adapt quickly according to the new business needs, right? So because business needs, government mandates may change from time to time, which has to be addressed effectively. Along with this, it also promises orders more accurately. Whatever the orders we want to promise to deliver on time will be more accurate, because accuracy of order delivery is one of the key and prominent aspect we need to consider with. Next, it also increases the revenue and customer satisfaction, because on-time orders, deliveries and all increases the revenue. Subsequently, it will be uh, impacted on the customer satisfaction from a positive note I'm talking about. So customer satisfaction will also be there if you are increasing the revenue and all. At the same time, it reduces the order fulfillment errors. That's also one of the key advantage of using this Fusion Cloud Oracle based order management system. At the same time, it also increases the profitability per order. Followed by this, it reduces the time to value. These are all the business benefits which any business owner who wants to opt for any modern management system, Fusion Cloud, Oracle based Fusion Cloud is one of the best cloud service order management system one can see. Because now if you can go back to the business situation or the problem which I have told you, because there are decentralized order processing where because of this, there is no centralized order processing, which this product will give you that advantage for us, right? So this is where generally we talk about the business benefits and all everything are all about. Now, this is where generally we need to understand about cloud order management from centrally managed multi-channel orders, right? So now, if you try to understand this process and all, generally, as we know, this order management application, which will enable organizations to use it, use their orders and all, customer orders and all accurately and as well as efficiently. Wherein this is possible sometimes when we wants to follow the multiple order captures and as well as fulfillment systems on time. Normally, whenever we see, especially in context to this application itself is concerned, we have a feature called capture. Majorly, this capture is a feature which majorly allows orders to be entered directly and imported from external capture systems or imported from external capture systems and then edits all that. At the same time, it's also validate the kind of data completeness and as well as business rules compliances, which majorly used to include trade compliance checks and all everything. Whenever it is needed for any organization, that also can be used in this. Major advantage under this order management, wherein it is being used for fulfillment of capability, which also orchestrates the orders across multiple fulfillment of systems and all, result in receiving fulfillment of status updates and also coordinate status updates back to the capture systems, all that. Along with this, the capture and as well as fulfillment systems can be a mixture of the cloud application as well as the on-premise application also, because whoever wants to have some cloud-based application, because infrastructure costs can be reduced. It's the same time mixture of on-premise if anybody is required, so that we can provide using this cloud order management. So this is where generally one of the understanding when it comes to the cloud order management is what something which we need to know. The second thing, when it comes to how the capturing and price sample configured and service product works, right? So if you try to understand, whenever we are using this application, it let us capture and as well as revise the orders with simple SKUs and all that. Majorly, it is used to configure the items and the services. At the same time, this also provides user configurable business rules that are default order values such as customer billing, shipping to information, execution of pricing policies, and at the same time provide real-time product availability informations. At the same time, validating the orders prior to the submission for fulfillment, price execution, including discounts, targeting pricing, segmentations through segmentation. So all these things can be done using this capture and pricing sample configured and service products, all that. Next thing about monitoring and managing expectations, wherein monitoring and managing expectations, so monitoring and managing expectations, wherein majorly allows us to search for the orders and all that, at the same time to view the status, at the same time summary of exceptions by the customers, products or suppliers, right? So which is majorly used for providing some data insights, right? So if you want to provide any kind of data insights by creating some dashboards and all, everything can also be seen using this order management in context to the cloud, which is because these are all something which are interactive dashboards which normally uses in this. Next, at the same time, one more advantage we have, wherein we can execute against predictable order orchestration policies, because as in when we discussed in the beginning, this is majorly this application advantage is that this majorly unifies the process across multiple order sources as well. At the same time, whatever the diverse fulfillment modes do we have, at the same time, the kind of application capabilities business users, whoever are using, can also define the implementations and maintain their own fulfillment orchestration policies and all without having any need to resort the technical programming tools or something. All these things are used in this execution of against the predictable orders orchestration policies are all about. The next one, when it comes to integration for complete order to cash process, if you can see here, generally as it when it's a pre-integrated with other cloud services, because as in when in the beginning of my session I have explained you, because there is a provision of advantage where it can integrate it with other cloud services of Oracle, as I said, right? So either it can be including of this product hubs we have. At the same time, it can be logistics, it can be manufacturing, it can be procurement, it can be finance or CPQ, right? So majorly result in enable a set of advanced fulfillment processes useful for configuring to order or drop the ship fulfillment by suppliers and partners, back-to-back fulfillment orchestrations, internal transfers, code to cash. All these things are possible in reference to the uh, order to cash process and all everything when we are integrating with other cloud services and all that. This is one of the major important element whenever we try to understand about integrating completing orders, wherein if it has a provision to connect with other cloud services of Oracle. So that is something advantageous when we are working on the cloud, so that the infrastructure cost and all everything will come down. Now the next one about it is also used to optimize the order promising. At the same time, using this order promising capability, majorly this is majorly useful for us to manage the supply and demand conditions during the order processing. At the same time, whoever the users do we have and all everything can also view the exceptions. At the same time, they also can view alternate availability options, performing what if simulations. All these things can be done using this order promising feature, which majorly used for ensuring the order promising capabilities in highly responsive availability, which is 24/7 all the time. So these are the different advantages as well as the key features of the functionalities which this order management system in context to the cloud Fusion Cloud Oracle based one is what something which is providing. Now there are, of course, there are detailed features where they're even, right? So there are, being a business analyst, we need to create what are the features. Of course, there were features which was identified, but being a business analyst, when you are working on the case study, whenever you are working on the project, it's not only about how this application works, because end of the day, being a BA, we need to know how this application works. At the same time, what are the different features and all, because end of the day, understanding the business problem and convincing your customer to initiate this cloud-based order management system wherein by defining the features, right? So based on the business problem, how you're translating business requirements into features from there to the technical is what something which being a BA, you have to be more good with. So it's always better to have some hands-on exposure in terms of the project implementation itself is concerned. If you have done this by defining the features, by preparing some documentations, writing some epics and user stories for all these this sort of projects, or for this project or this sort of projects, will always helpful for you to have some clear knowledge over the project, how to understand, right? How to elaborate the business situation, the kind of business advantages, right? So what are the business quality business outcomes which can be provided? What are the different features are we going to provide? So how to translate the business requirements to the features, functionalities. This is all something which being a BA, you have to have some hands-on experience. So that's the reason why I made this video. This is on a high level note, right? Whatever I was created a video, it's to have a detailed understanding, high level in context to the order processing. So if you want to have a detailed understanding over this, you need to work on some documentation. You need to identify what are all the features and how to translate these features into functionalities. This is all something which you need to do it from practical perspective. And at the beginning, if I've already mentioned you, because this project we have identified and we have finalized this project to be implemented using combination of both traditional and agile way of approaches. If you follow traditional practices, then we will be using waterfall model, all that by preparing some BRDs, functional, non-functional, SRS documents, right? So writing some use cases, all these things are comes under the traditional one. But when we follow agile practices and all, rather than that, we need to write epics and user stories using Jira. This is all something which you need to have some hands-on experience, which normally I usually provide in kind of trainings. When I give project-based trainings and all everything in context to business analysts, that's what generally I guide people and my mentor people and guide people in this regard. So this is all about this video. Context to the order management system, which is all comes under SCM process, supply chain management. It's a domain called supply chain management, SCM domain. This is all about SCM Logistics Domain. This is all something relating to that sort. Right? So this is all about this video. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, as well as any training, as well as coaching needs in reference to the business analyst and project development, project-based training in context to business analyst, or a regular BA domain or technical-based BA trainings, all that, please reach out to the contact details which is given by which will be given in the below to this video. Thank you.